game, man, everything was in play late. You get an unbeaten team against a 6-1 team, and it's the best game on paper of the week, and you hope it lives up to it. It absolutely does. Show you the highlights from the desert as Rodgers and the Packers were shorthanded. The Packers and Cards 13-1, which is the best winning percentage of teams in the Thursday night game in October or later in NFL history. Kyler, under pressure, that Packer front got a whole lot of pressure throughout the game. He finds Nuke Hopkins deep. Hopkins scores, but hold on. They never called this, but this was pretty egregious. Hopkins grabs the face mask of Eric Stokes. That's a personal foul. And Hopkins, who had hamstring issues, was limited in this one. Chase Edmonds takes a direct snap, and the Cardinals score anyway. They're up 7-0. Second quarter, Packers, lengthy drive, time-consuming, grinding it out, 4th and 1. And it's A.J. Dillon, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage by Jordan Hicks, but he fights through it to score the touchdown. Then Aaron Jones, speaking of fighting through the contact, does he get to the line? A great effort from Jones, who caps a 14-play, 75-yard drive, took 8 minutes and 23 seconds. That's close. I guess the ball gets to the line. It's 7-all. Packers, after a drive, stalls with punt. Rondale Moore, the rookie out of Purdue, he's made some big-time plays in his rookie season, but this one, Steve called it with a naked eye. Moore touched it, and he did, just barely. It's reviewed, and it hits that ring or pinky finger, and the Packers get the ball, but Cardinals would hold them to a field goal. It's a 10-7 game. Third quarter, 3rd and 17. Murray trying to set up the screen, and it's deflected and picked by Henry Black. Packers, great field position yet again. Another 4th down. Aggressive play calling throughout. Equiminius St. Brown stepping up, getting a chance with a Lazard and Devontae Adams out. Drive continues. Looky here. It's Randall Cobb. A touchdown as Rodgers gets nailed by Jordan Phillips as he throws. That's a chin strap, not a nose strap. But it's a 10-point lead for the Packers. 4th and 4, Cardinals get aggressive. Murray hits Antoine Wesley, first round. Drive continues. Zach Ertz came over from Philadelphia, said, I've never seen this much green grass in the middle of the field. And there's 86 with some green grass. Is he going to get there? Not quite. Cardinals knocking on the door. James Conner is in. Conner fired up on the sidelines. It's back to a 3-point game. Late third, Rodgers looking for Robert Tonyan. Tonyan, speaking of green grass, he's got some room. Went down in pain, was limping in the tunnel. Packers lose another offensive weapon, but Rodgers has got his guy, and that's Cobb. A little pump to the outside, and he finds 18 across the middle. 10-point lead for the road team. 4th and 1, Cardinals going for it. It's Ertz again. And the drive continues. And once again, it's Conner down there close. He finds the end zone. The Cardinals are back within 3. Packers trying to close this thing out. Jones got some room. Good move, and he's down inside the 5.
Over-under's 50.5, Scott.
Over-under 50.5, Stanford Steve tells me. And there's a touchdown. Jones is in. But they took a look. There's a lot of people there. When does his bottom hit the ground? When was he down? They say he didn't get in. No big deal. You're on the basically a yard short. Well, they gave it to Jones on second. He got stopped again, and there's some confusion. You got a lot of new guys out there. Got to call a timeout. Now they get a delay, so they lose 5 yards. Rodgers on 3rd and goal. This is going to be costly because he knows he's going to get hit. There's nothing to protect him there. Gets just shy of the goal line. Then on 4th and goal, give it to Jones. No, they fake it. Pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage. So a massive turn of events as the Packers appear to score to go up by 10. Instead, they get nothing. So the Cardinals take over on their 1. He got a big third down conversion to the middle of the field to A.J. Green. Then Christian Kirk picks up 29 there. Matt Prater's got a huge leg. They're in field goal range for sure. The snap here, high to Murray, loss of 8. Pins and needles, everybody in the building. Ton of Packer fans there. Great atmosphere out in the desert. Now, you're going to need some yards to get in Prater's range, but hold on. It's Chase Edmonds. He's moving down close into the red zone. And the Cardinals could play this just right. The Packers are out of timeouts. Either you score and win the game or kick a field goal and go into overtime, right? Well, Murray takes off, gain of 9. They're inside the 10-yard line. 15 seconds left. Murray looking out to A.J. Green, who's not looking. Rasul Douglas gets the pick. And the Packers fans, I told you, a lot of cheeseheads in the building. They're roaring their approval. You see Green never turns around. That's a hell of a play from Douglas. Great awareness, great hands, and he tells the Packers fans in the building, we got the win, and Cards fans, see y'all later. Man, what a football game. Damian Woody in the building. By the way, my man, immaculate pocket square.
Oh, man.
Immaculate pocket square. You're shaking your head, and this game is all you want, isn't it?
Oh, this. You couldn't ask for a better Thursday night game.
No, or Sunday or Monday night. Right?
Yeah, it was that type of game.
It was that. And as the Cardinals are driving down to perhaps win this game, you and I are having this conversation off air, or how are we going to frame the conversation? Because when it appeared Green Bay would win, which they did, It was a line of scrimmage game. Without some of their better playmakers, Devontae Adams most notably, how did the offense go about scheming around Rodgers, and what did they do effectively?
Well, listen, we talked about J.J. Watt not, being out for the Cardinals. That was a huge blow for the Arizona Cardinals defense. And when you're missing a couple of your top wide receivers, remember you do have two really good backs in the backfield, and Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. What you see right here, this is what we call an inside split zone run. You're gonna have the offensive line flowing to the right, but you got the tight end coming back with the cutoff block to the left, and that opens up a hole for a big back like A.J. Dillon. Listen. You got to make business decisions when you're tackling somebody 250 pounds, and that's what the Packers did all night. You see right here, on this little reverse right here to Amari Rodgers. Again, you playing against the Arizona Cardinals, their defensive strength by getting them to flow one way, coming back with a reverse around the other side. That's what the Packers did all night to try to catch this Arizona Cardinals defense off balance. They run the football, inside zone, reverse, different little run plays to really wear down this Arizona Cardinals defense.
You like that scheme, my guy Stanford Steve, who's the tight end that has to come across and keep things.
Listen,
I love that kind of.
Oh, Stanford Steve was like we were saying, just hold the water, hold it down.
That's what the tight end's got to do. On the other side of it, I mean, look, give the Cardinals all the credit in the world. They kept fighting back, and they get down there close in the end to a chance to stay perfect. But in the end, Kyler throws the pick. But for much of this game, Murray was under duress. That Green Bay front attacked the O-line of the Cardinals. What were they doing?
Yeah, Scott, this game was about the line of scrimmage, to be honest with you. And we talked about the Packers offensive line. On the defensive front, man, what they did was the way they rushed Kyler Murray, first of all, they were bullying the Cardinals offensive line. They were literally resetting the line of scrimmage back in the backfield. Kyler Murray had nowhere to run. The way they were disciplining their rush lanes, and Kyler Murray was basically playing from in a well in the pocket, and that's pretty hard to do when you're a 5'9" quarterback that you have to play in this well, and you got to see over all of these trees up front from the Packers front.
Mm-hmm. You have played, Damien, in so many significant football games, and you know so well sort of how you leave a game. And what I'm getting at here is the Cardinals come back, they lose. It's gutting to throw a pick the way they do. But both teams, as we head into Halloween weekend, are 7-1. Yeah. Both teams know they've got the goods, do they not? I mean, even though Arizona loses this game, I'm not selling anybody on moral victories. I guess what I'm finally asking the question here is, how do both teams leave this particular result?
Well, listen, if you're the Green Bay Packers, think about this, Scotty. You're down your two top weapons in Devontae Adams. Alan Lazard didn't play wide receiver. We saw Tunyon went out during the game with the lower leg injury. But again, on the road, hostile environment against the only undefeated team in the National Football League in the Arizona Cardinals, you still find a way. That's the mark of a really good team. You don't make excuses about injuries. You just use the pieces that you have, whether it's Randall Cobb, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, All those guys had played significant roles in helping the Green Bay Packers win. And on the flip side, if you're the Arizona Cardinals, listen, it was there. It was there for you. That was a gut wrenching way to lose a ball game. Green Bay controlled this game, but they had a chance to win at the very end, and it all came down to an interception in the end zone to end the ball game.
You play for a guy, Coach Belichick. You talk about make a play, right?